So going to a gym offers more gains over time and it develops your character. And when it comes down to going to a gym as opposed to making a home gym, yes, home gym, you do have more convenience, but over time, the return on investment is actually pretty low. And this is coming from a guy who actually used to have a home gym. I used to have a bench set up with dumbbells and everything when I used to live with my dad, and a little bit when I used to live with my mom, and we had a little bench set in the garage and I would use that. But what if I told you that most of my gains actually came from going to an actual gym? So this is going to be hopefully a quick video because I have to go to work pretty soon. I have to clock back in for something, and this video is going to be loosely structured. This is just my take kind of video for you, assuming that you're my subscriber and you care about my opinion and what I have to say. But it started with when I got this comment on one of my other videos, and I might post it here because it was really good. And this was not like a hateful comment or anything like that. This is just something that made me want to make a video about this because I think it's really important for my subscribers to understand my point of view on fitness as someone who's been doing this for 11 years. The video that the comment was on this video about my minimalist training structure and when I do 4 days a week, maybe 4 workouts, and how I talk about the principles of minimalist training. I don't necessarily give a routine in that video, but I try to let you know, hey, if you have a 9 to 5, this is how you can compensate for that. Right? As you can see, I have a 9 to 5. So with that being said, he posted saying, well, in my take, I think that you can just make a home gym with kettlebells, pull-up bars, and dumbbells. And you know what? I think that that's very true. I think that you can make a home gym with just those things to a certain extent. If you're a beginner, you can benefit from those things. But I'm going to give you some analogies, and I'm also going to give you some other reasons as to why I don't think that that's a good idea for you right now for the long run. If you don't know me, my name's Chike, and I've been consistent in the gym for 11 years. And as you can see, I built a really aesthetic body. But I'm gonna tell you the truth, I still struggle on my fitness journey. I struggle to eat right every single day, to be consistent with my diet, to basically stay on track and stay consistent and manage my life when my life gets chaotic when it comes down to managing the 3 lives that I live, which is as a YouTuber, as someone who's trying to train like an athlete because I'm trying to be as athletic and as strong as possible because that's just my true aim in life. And also this YouTube channel in which I provide for you the information on how I developed on this journey as someone who's managing YouTube, military, and fitness all at the same time. But through this entire process, I learned that the true thing that I need to do is manage not just my time, but it's actually about managing my energy. I learned how to bulk without having to religiously stick to counting every single calorie that goes into my mouth. I also learned how to fall in love with the joy and the love of training again. I learned how to take breaks and allow myself to not necessarily fall off, but miss a gym day without feeling guilt and still coming back stronger without it being unproductive. Because this channel is not about perfection at all. This is like a 10-year journey. This is a lifelong journey that I'm putting you on. It's about progress, it's about pain, and it's actually about purpose. My vision is to make fitness an attainable lifestyle with simple diet, simple regimens, simple routines, all based on principles that are rooted in actual psychology, motivation, and flow. Because if you don't know the truth about fitness, you're just gonna keep following rigid programs, rigid routines, rigid gimmicks, all these different things. This program and that program says I need to eat 10 cups of blueberries and all this dumbass shit, and you're just going to hate fitness. You're gonna end up hating fitness if you don't have it bounded in flow and motivation and keep fitness simple. The issue is that you're going to hate fitness as a whole. It's going to be a burden. And then when you slack on fitness, what's going to happen? You're going to say, oh, I'm just accepting myself. The lifestyle isn't for me. When the lifestyle is for you, it's just that your principles are all fucked up because you're bombarded with all this analysis paralysis on the internet and online. You're going to end up hating the gym. You're going to hate the programs, and you're going to end up actually hating food too. If you like pizza, but I'm trying to force it down your throat and make you eat 10 slices and I don't give you a choice, you're eventually not going to like pizza. It's the same thing with fitness. So I'm here to help you silence the noise, fall in love with the gym, cut out all the fluff, and become the person that you truly are and that you're truly meant to be. Someone who actually loves fitness and does it for a lifetime, as a lifestyle, to become a gym rat. Because I love the gym now. now. I love fitness, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. We all have the same psychology. We're all cut from the same cloth, okay? We're all fucking seeds of Adam. Listen, we're the exact same. You and I are both gym rats. It's just that I respond to the world of fitness better because of my perspective and my principles that I teach you in these videos. My mission is to turn you into what you truly are, to reveal who you truly are, and that's a gym rat. I'm here to give you the mindset that I have so that you can be who you truly are. So welcome to the journey. And with that being said, I need to talk to you about why it is you need to actually go to a gym and why I think that it's better than settling for a home gym. And the truth is because it has a better return on investment over time. And this is where my points are just going to get loose, so hopefully I don't ramble too much. But it's better return on investment over time. What is return on investment? A return on investment is when you do something, let's say you do X, right? That means that in the long run, you're going to get more out of it. The thing about returns on investment is that they don't always look obvious at that moment. So for example, if I put my money in this fund, right, over time in 10 years, I'm going to get 12K back, right? Or let's say 100K back. But over time, as it builds up, it doesn't really seem like it's that much month by month. But in this other fund, let's say I get only 50K back, but month by month, it's like I get more money month by month. I know that example was kind of shit, but it's like return on investment doesn't exactly seem obvious at the time. Things have more benefits in the long run, in the long term, than other things do. But things that have less benefit in the long run seem to be more beneficial in the short term. That's the dichotomy that I apply, that I believe is the case in the relationship between the home gym and the actual gym thing. The reason why is because, one, what about weight? Eventually you're gonna go up in weight. Are you gonna bring 120-pound dumbbells to your house? Are you gonna have 80-pound dumbbells to your house? Are you gonna have 60-pound dumbbells brought to your house? Eventually you need to go up in weight and you need to have that option. If you're working out in a home gym, and I've had this experience, and the highest dumbbells that you have is 35-pound dumbbells, are you going to be motivated to progressive overloading to the 40, 45s, 50s? Because they're not there. And do you feel like going to the market to spend $25, $30, sometimes $50 to buy those heavy dumbbells? And then sometimes they don't even have them in stock. So you actually have to order them online. So you're slowing down your progress. You're slowing down the momentum of your splits in your journey because you have to wait on all this equipment. You have to wait on getting more stuff for your physique. Because like the guy said, like you can get kettlebells, you can get like pull-up bar, and you can get like dumbbells, but eventually you need to overload. When you're doing 20 reps of something, you need to just overload. When you're doing 30 reps of something, you need to just overload. I had a time when I only had 25-pound, 30-pound dumbbells, and I was doing 30 reps of DB flat press, and it was just doing nothing for my chest at the time. I was really young at the time. I wasn't really like thinking about it. But once I finally got to a gym and I joined football and the coach made me bench press and use DB flat presses and all these other things, and I could overload the weight, my chest actually got bigger. It got more dense. It shot up. And that's the thing. It's like you need to consistently overload. So it's like the thing with home gyms is that you may not have the freedom to overload depending on the amount of capital that you have. And that's another thing. Do you have enough capital? Do you have enough money? Do you have enough resources, assets, and space? Do you have a garage, or do you live in an apartment like me? Do you live on the third floor? Do you want to bring 120-pound dumbbells up to the third floor? Do you want to do all these things? Setting up a home gym isn't as easy as it sounds. And then you see these people online saying, this is the home gym that I made that got me jacked. Meanwhile, you don't know that they actually spent like 4 years in a gym and they just decided to build a home gym just because. And then they tell you that they've been doing that shit their whole life when they haven't. And then there's other influencers who this is their entire life and they don't have a 9-to-5 like you do, but they spend a lot more money on building a home gym because they have more time and more space. Or there are other people online who did build a home gym and do have a 9-to-5, but they're making 100K a year, 200K a year, and they can afford to do that shit. And they're single guys. They're living like Larry. You know what I mean? So it's like you have to understand, are you in that position to buy that much equipment? Because eventually you have to overload. I'm not going to get to where I need to get to in my fitness journey with just dumbbells and kettlebells and a pull-up bar anymore. I gotta hit legs hard. And that's another thing. What about leg day? But I'm gonna get to that in a second. The other point with that, it's also when it comes to a gym, $20 a month, $30 a month, $15 a month, you're paying for versatility. And the thing about it is that a home gym seems really attractive because because you can just be at home and work out. And I do think that home gyms are a good investment. If you can make a good home gym and you don't really need that much equipment to build, but it's like, how advanced do you want to get? And then how much money do you want to spend to get like a bench rack or a squat rack or something like that? But with the actual gym, you're paying for versatility. And the reason why is because if you have to move, do you want to have to deconstruct that bench and squat rack and get 1,000 pounds worth of weights? Because in some U-Hauls, some trucks, they have a weight limit. And then how much weight are you going to lift? And then are you just going to keep putting off adding more weight to the home gym because you don't want to have to deal with that dumb shit because you have to travel or you have to move or something like that? Now, if you're one of those guys who stay in the same place and will never move out of the town that he lives in, that's fine. But I've moved probably a total of 10 times in my life. And that was before I joined the military. So I know the pain of having to move shit. That same bench and squat rack that I used to have back when I was a teenager living with my mom, it eventually rusted and like we just threw it, like we sold it. I don't even know where the fuck it's at anymore. I actually don't even know where it's at anymore because we've moved so many times. So it's like you have to maintain your own shit. That's another thing. You have to maintain your own equipment. Do you know how to maintain your own equipment? Do you have WD-40? Do you know how to use the tools and the mechanics of the machine? Is the stuff that you buy cheap? Did you get it off of Amazon for just $100, a whole bench and squat rack? Because if that shit's gonna fall apart, you better hope that it's in the garage. Because if it falls apart and it's in your living room or it's in the office like mine, like that Captain America, like that Black Panther strong build does not come from just calisthenics and bars all day. I'm just gonna be real with you. Like you're gonna see people online tell you, yeah, just calisthenics. No, nigga, you need to eat food, you need to eat, and you need to do resistance training against isometric loads, because if you want to get strong, you eventually need to lift twice your body weight, and you're not going to lift twice your body weight if you're doing body weight training. And if you want to do body weight training, you have to add weight, so then it's no longer body weight training. And then if you do add weight, you have to buy weights and bring it home, and then that's less versatility that you have. So when it comes down to gyms maintain their equipment. They have a lot of equipment, and there's gyms in every city and every state, at least if you're in the America or UK or Canada or more developed nations. If you're not, that's probably different. Underdeveloped nation, then you may need to actually, work on a home gym, and that's perfectly fine. But if you are in a more developed nation, it's like, just go to a fucking gym, bro. Just go to a gym. You just, like, it's versatility. You pay $20 a month. Okay, cool. Use it. It has everything you need. You don't have to buy any of the equipment. You have heavy dumbbells for you so that you can overload freely. And that's another thing. What about leg day? When it comes down to leg day, how are you going to build your legs at home? Just doing goblet squats with the 50-pound dumbbell? Or what you're going to do, you're going to work your way up to doing 100 reps for 4 sets. Meanwhile, I'm over here getting stronger, and my muscle stamina, my leg stamina really ain't that bad in comparison to yours. And I only need to do 5 reps of like however many sets I choose to do for squat because I'm able to overload the weight. Or I'm able to do 8 reps of, leg curls and like glute thrusts and everything. I'm able to hit my glutes isometrically, my quads and my hamstrings in a compound lift, my hamstrings isometrically, and I'm able to overload my calves more than you because I pay $20 a month. Meanwhile, you have to do 3 separate different transactions for like machines that now you're responsible for. If it breaks, you fix it, or you pay someone else to fix it, and you have to maintain it. And if you want to overload it, you'd have to buy the weights, right? So like these home gyms sort of like build at home, like fitness guys online, because I know some and like they're cool, but you have to just fucking eat the black pill and bite the bullet. Like you have to be realistic with yourself. Are you going to get as strong as you want to get? Are you going to build the muscles you want to build and get the full, thick, dominant physique that you want? Because there's a lot of calisthenics guys out there that if you say, hey, what about leg day? They're gonna scratch the fuck out their head. All right, so you gotta think about that, because you can get really jacked with calisthenics. You can get really jacked with just getting a small home gym and look pretty lean and look pretty good. And if that's what you want, that's fine. But your growth is gonna be a lot slower. It's really hard to bulk up just doing calisthenics and to get that heavy strength unless you're adding weight. And I love calisthenics. I love doing calisthenics movements, but I'm able to overload with my calisthenics and get better at them because I go to gyms. Okay, I couldn't get a fucking big ass pull-up bar up in here because I'm 6'1", and it better be able to withstand an extra 90 pounds or even more, because when I do dips, I like to go heavy because I'm not finna sit there and do no 50 dips per set because I can and I got too much shit to do, right? So yeah, that's kind of my point. I know that I kind of go into rambling on these videos that are unstructured, but I'm making good points and you need to like grasp what I'm trying to say. The ROI over time, it's not worth it when you have a home gym because you're gonna have to keep upgrading the gym, take care of everything, have enough weight so that you can overload if you want to consistently get stronger. And most people don't have that kind of capital, okay? Most of you, if you're watching this video, you're probably in the position where you're a busy college student, or you work part-time, or you probably do both, or you work full-time and you have kids and you have all this stuff and you're really busy. You don't have as much pay as you wish you could, and you think that owning a gym is going to be expensive because it's a monthly membership and you don't own it, but you think owning equipment is going to be better, but it's not, because when you own equipment, you have to upgrade it over time anyway. You have to highly invest in these things, and this shit breaks down, and over time it just doesn't really get that good. And the last point is character development, because some of you guys, you may be watching this video, this may not be you, but some guys, you may think that, oh, the gym makes me anxious, like gym anxiety. I just, people don't know what I'm doing. Like, people may look at me some sort of way. I just wish I could have a home gym. And with that, I say, dude, listen, bro, I love you, dog, and you are going through stuff probably, but I say this out of respect for you as a brother. You have to stop being a bitch, bro. You need to just go to the fucking gym. No one gives a fuck about what you're doing. No one gives a fuck about how much you're lifting. I seen a guy lifting 10 pounds on rear delt flies. I didn't think shit about it. I was too busy looking at the chick with gym cake and looking at myself in the mirror. Okay, I wasn't really giving a fuck about what you had going on. Nobody cares about what you're doing in the gym. Stop being egotistical. Stop being a narcissist. The world does not revolve around you, and you're not that important. Go to the gym, okay? You have to go to the gym. It's character development. You have to get past that. And another thing is that the gym is a great place to meet new people, meet new friends, to develop your character, not having anxiety, and to just grow as an individual and socialize. Because you need to do that with life anyway. If you want to get promoted at your job, you need to do that with life anyway. If you want to find a suitable wife or a girlfriend, or, in the future, you need to do that stuff anyway. So you get all that with just $20 a month. Just do it. Like, you have to jump into the cold. And another thing is that you need to learn what it means to sacrifice. You have to basically harden your skin. You need to harden your skin when it comes down to how much, and like with how much you sacrifice for your aim and for your goals. Those 20-minute drives that I made to the gym built character. Those 15-minute drives, those 30-minute drives I made to the gym after work built character. It may not have been the most optimal and efficient, but it's like you have to sit in your own shit and piss to grow as a person, as a man. Like, you have to just be in the midst of pain and struggle and cold. You have to just force yourself to eat the fucking frog and eat the vegetables on your plate before you get to the meat and before you get to the dessert. That's just life. Like, you have to grow up. You go to a gym, drive to the gym, work out, and then come home, because I can use as much equipment as I possibly can, spend a little bit a month, and then be straight. And that's what I think is important when it comes down to lifting weights, is that you have some character development. Because me being able to go to the gym, me being willing to go to a gym, shows that I take shit seriously. That's it. Like, at least at your stage. I'm not saying people who have home gyms don't take shit seriously, but I'm saying your unwillingness to go to a physical gym because, oh, it's too far. Oh, I'm tired. It's just convenient. Oh, but my wife doesn't want me going to the gym. It shows that you're kind of dicking around and pussyfooting around actually taking care of your life and growing. You have to just eat that black pill. Everybody knows that you get stronger and you get better when you go to an actual gym. The equipment that you can get from like at a home gym, it just isn't sufficient. And my last point is just to recap on the whole ROI thing. The mindset that you have with benefiting from stuff needs to change. And there's this thing called like the any benefit mindset. And because you get like a benefit of it, you think that it's good. Oh, I don't have to go to the gym. I don't have to go to a physical gym and I can work out at home. Therefore, it's good. That's not actually always a good thing. And people will develop understanding what's more beneficial for them if they had more of a business mindset and they sort of like educated themselves in like the realm of economy, finance, or just like productivity and stuff. I've done a lot of research on business, productivity, and fitness. And so like my mindset just kind of changed when it come down to benefiting. Like, for example, right? I have a 2-bedroom apartment. I don't pay for a 1-bedroom. I pay for a 2-bedroom. It's just me. I don't have any kids. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a wife or anything. Most people would say, oh, but a one bedroom is cheaper. So because it's cheaper, it's more beneficial because I save more money. But my mindset is no, because I get an office to record my videos without you having to see my unprofessional bedroom, right? You get my point? I could have clapped the chick like in the other room, right? I could have just met up with the girl last night and she could be laying down in the other room and you would never know. Whereas if I had a one bedroom, I have to go ahead and like manage all this stuff. You get what I mean? And like one could say, oh, but you have the living room, but then you see my unprofessional living room. It's more professional to be in an office. That's the mindset that I have. I get more ROI out of this room because I have a solid room where I can focus and record and be in the flow state than I would if I could just be in the living room or in my bedroom or in the kitchen. You get what I'm saying? I don't have a roommate. People can say, oh, but you have a roommate. Yeah, you save money. Yeah, because I save money benefit. But then if I want to record, I don't know if he's going to be screaming at Battlefield 6. You get what I'm saying? If I want to bring someone over, I don't know if it's going to be awkward or weird or if he's going to know about it. If I'm bringing multiple people over, you get what I'm saying? It's like you have to think what's more beneficial in the long run. You have to think about your performance. Most people don't think about their performance when it comes down to benefiting. Will you perform better if you have to constantly upgrade a home gym and then when you do work out and you've already outgrown the weight that you have to keep upgrading and spending money and then you have to go to the store when you're tired and then you also have to go ahead and maintain all the equipment you get? Because if you're too lazy to just go 10, 15, 20 minutes, maybe even 25 minutes to drive to a gym and just work out there and have all the equipment and the overloading capabilities that you need, you're probably too lazy to bring 60 pounds, 75, 80-pound dumbbells here and then manage everything here. You have to think about what's the true benefit. But if a home gym works for you, use the home gym. I used to have a home gym. I'm not a fan. And I think that you should just go to the gym because I think most people on the internet, when they talk about home gyms, I think that they're just copping out and they're just being lazy because I live in the United States. You probably live in the UK or Australia. We're fairly developed nations. This isn't like the tribes of like Africa. Even in Africa, they have gyms. There's a gym nearby. You're coping. So if you want to learn more, if you want to learn how to get like an aesthetic body like this and to make the gym like seamless flow state and learn how to manage your productivity with the 9 to 5 and everything, you can get 11 years worth of the tips, tricks, hacks, failures, and successes that I've made across a decades of my journey with the fitness program in the top link in the description. If not, you can continue watching my content for free. If you want to learn more, go ahead and click on this video and goodbye.